It's your girl Natasha Morrison, and you are now listening to Tenacious Goddess. Okay, so today we are joined by the beautiful Sydonie Barrett, who is a contestant in the up-and-coming Miss World Cayman Island 2021 pageant. Hi, Sydonie.
Hi, Natasha. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on here.
Thank you for coming. All right, so today I have got a few questions for you about your journey, and we just want to get to know you and your story about you getting into pageants and your journey, basically. Is that okay?
So I'll start with a little background on myself. So my name is Sydonie Barrett. I'm 25 years old and I'm from the Cayman Islands. I studied law and international studies at the University of Surrey, which is how I know Natasha. And I completed my LPC and LLM at the University of Law in Bloomsbury.
Yeah.
So I've been living in England for quite a while, close to 5 years, but now I'm back home. And I've recently entered the Miss World Cayman Islands pageant. So.
Lovely. Okay, so let's just get straight into it. How did you begin your pageant journey?
Well, I began my pageant journey a lot later in life. So my first pageant was Miss Caribbean UK, and I entered that in 2019. So I entered in like April 2019, and the pageant was held in November. So there were a few months of preparation. But when I was younger, I was mainly into stuff like youth parliament and youth assembly, and I was kind of more like academically inclined. And I think it was after I matured and kind of grew into myself and got more confident, then I kind of played with the idea of entering a pageant. So it's just that idea of like being an ambassador for my country. That is what's like most important to me, and to be a role model for the younger generation in my country. Yeah, that's how I got into it.
So is that what influenced you to start?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So what is your dream job and why?
So my dream job is to become a lawyer. So I've completed my legal studies. I just have to do my legal training and then get called to the bar and then potentially become an MP in the future. I think that both professions bear a great responsibility. I think they have a direct impact on people's lives and they have a duty to work in the best interest of society. So that's why I'm kind of keen and want to work in those two areas.
Oh, lovely. All right. So tell us 3 random facts about yourself. 3 random facts that no one knows about yourself.
No one knows. Okay. So, I'm going to include this one because you might have seen it on my social media, but it is quite interesting. So when I entered Miss Caribbean UK, I was the first Caymanian to enter and win. So that was like really special. Like that was such an honor.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. First Cayman. So a lot of ladies from other Caribbean islands, but Cayman hadn't gotten into
You're
it yet.
You're the first.
Yep.
Representing.
Yes. And so one of my guilty pleasures is grape nut ice cream. Not sure if you've tried it.
Grape nut ice cream. I've never tried that before.
No way. Oh my gosh. You're from Jamaica. You got that back.
I know.
It's like so popular.
I've never tried it.
It's so popular.
Is it?
Yeah. And
I'm going to put it on a list.
Yeah. And then I eat that with like rainbow sprinkles, which might not be that popular, but I have like a crazy sweet tooth. So just having that with some sprinkles is like the best thing for me. And then one more thing that you probably don't know about me.
One more.
I guess the most like exotic faraway place I've lived is Cyprus. So that was quite fun being there. So I lived there for like a few months. I did some legal experience out there. And yeah, it was just a great experience. And I hope to like live in other like faraway places someday.
When was that? Was that during your time studying in London, in the UK, sorry?
Yeah, so it was during my placement year. That was part of my Law with International degree at University of Surrey.
Oh, wow. You are really a boss lady indeed. All right. So tell us 3 influential women who inspired you and why. It doesn't have to be in no particular order. No. Just 3 women who have inspired you throughout your whole entire life and why.
So I have to start with my mom. Like she is such a strong woman. She's very self-sacrificing. So she'll do anything for her kids and she's just such a backbone of our family. So like she's my best friend and like we really work great together as a team. So I just love my mom. Yeah. She's so influential on me. Another woman would be Michelle Obama. Like, she is such a boss, and she's just so educated, and she's, from studying at Princeton to Harvard and getting her JD. I just love her pursuit of her goals. And, I think she's a great role model for younger women. And then one more that you may not have known or heard of, her name is Queen Rania. She's the queen of...
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's the queen of Jordan. So she's a Muslim woman, and she just leads with such grace and wisdom and courage. And, she really likes to challenge perceptions of how Muslim women are viewed. And she really works better, advance women's role in society. And she works for women empowerment. And I like that. She represents all the qualities of a queen. So she's very influential.
So quick question. Is she currently still the queen in Jordan now?
Yeah, she's still the queen.
Oh, okay.
You should look her up. She's so gorgeous, such beauty and brains and grace. Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do that right after this interview. That's the first thing I'm going to do.
I love her.
All right. So the next question is, tell us 3 major life lessons that you've learned over the last 5 years.
Definitely that you get what you work for. So if you want to achieve amazing results, you have to put in the work. And I've seen that from studying law, even to just working out in the gym. Everything is just very results based, and, whatever you put in, you definitely get out. Another one would be just enjoy every stage of life. I think with the pandemic, you've realized that we've taken so many things for granted. Just seeing our loved ones and seeing our grandparents and spending time with them, listening to them, learning from them, all those kind of things that are so special in life that we take for granted. And you have to realize how easily it can be taken away.
I definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah. And definitely with what I've been involved in the last few years, I realized that it's so important to just, take risks and grab hold of opportunities rather than to let them pass you by and wonder what if. And, that was kind of the approach I took to doing Miss Caribbean UK and Miss World Cayman Islands. So something I live by, just don't be intimidated by anything, just go for it. And if you think you're not qualified, you'll learn on the job, basically. So, yeah.
How about fear though? Because sometimes it's just that fear that kicks in and you want to do something, but you just get terrified.
Yeah, I just do it afraid anyway. I think Will Smith has this saying, do it afraid or do it scared.
Feel the fear and go for it anyway.
Just sign up. Once you're signed up for anything, whatever it is, you can't back out, and then you just go along with the process and you learn as you go. So I think that's the best way to approach life.
Okay, so I want to know, how do you take care of yourself emotionally, physically, mentally? I can see that you are very toned and you work out in the gym. Your body looks amazing, shall I say?
Oh, thank you.
So how do you take care of yourself?
Well, I'm going to start with emotionally and mentally, and that all goes back to my faith. I'm a strong believer in God, and, just kind of staying close to him and reading the word, that keeps me really grounded. So it's really important for me to have that in my life. And in terms of physically, as I said, I work out quite a bit, and I've been a real athlete from a young age. And just as I got into university, just kind of graduated into doing weight training and lifting weights. And that's kind of my hobby now. So, that's how I keep physically fit. And then having a healthy diet as well, that, combination of those two, you feel really great and you're able to just live a healthy and fulfilling life.
Balanced life.
Yeah.
And actually, I want to tell the viewers out there, I actually met Sydonie at netball tryouts in uni.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Yeah, it was in our first year. And I remember sitting on the floor and she walked in like the boss babe, but that she is.
LOL.
And I failed after the first round, but Sydonie went all the way to the end. I think you ended up making it onto the netball team.
I did. Yeah, I made it on the team, and then I was like, oh wow. So I did a few games, and then just with the balance of my work in first year and just getting acclimated to things, I didn't continue till the end of the season. But yeah, I made the team, and it was really awesome. There's a lot of training. It's intense up there. Netball, they're very committed to netball in England.
It was. I remember you running around all the time. I've got lectures and I've got netball practice, and it was definitely a lot.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I love keeping busy. I don't like having just time to do nothing. I like to involve myself in as many things as possible. So that was definitely my approach to uni.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about a major challenge that you've experienced during your pageant journey and how you overcame it.
So probably the biggest challenge I had was just getting into the whole pageantry mindset. And, I had to, well, there's a carnival round in Miss Caribbean UK, and there's an evening gown, which every pageant has. And the carnival round was a time for us to just like let loose and have fun on stage. But with the evening wear, this is like a whole new game. This is like a completely different thing to anything I've done before. So, that was the biggest challenge, like how to walk in my gown, how to answer questions well, and just to have that whole pageant mindset. And, I was able to just spend that time I needed to practice and become better. And I got a coach as well. And, that was how I ended up winning, just committing to practice and getting better and better and seeing results and, and just appearing and showing up on the final night and just really killing it.
And just believing in yourself, you put in all that effort, you believed in yourself and you did it.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a factor as well. Once you have faith in yourself, you've done the work, then, it's just, smooth sailing from there.
And then, like you said, you believe in God as well. So just having that faith and knowing that God will always have you is also really important as well.
Definitely, yeah.
All right. So I want to ask you something. What do you think are some of the major problems that young people face in this day and age?
Yeah, I think that attachment to social media is one of the biggest challenges in society today. I think that can cause a host of problems, like mental health issues that can cause anxiety, depression. And, I actually had a question along those lines in Miss Caribbean UK for my final question and answer. And yeah, I think that we need to know our limits with social media. And I think kids need to be educated on what is safe social media use and practices. And, because there's really a lot of issues that can stem from that. So just social media, just being aware of like mental health. I think, sometimes within our community, there's a stigma around that. So just being able to speak more about it within our community, that could really help a lot of young people that are facing that issue.
When we think about it, social media like runs the world. I mean, we live in a digital age. Yeah. Just by the emails you get, that can influence you so much, and you are on our phones so much. So definitely what you said, mental health and just being aware, so important. All right, so last question. Yeah. What advice would you give to the young women listening to this episode who are stepping into womanhood?
When I get this question, it's always something along the lines of just being true to yourself.
Yeah.
Like knowing who you are, knowing what you stand for and what you represent. I think when you know your values and you know the direction you want to take your life in and you're committed to that, it's harder for you to become influenced by societal pressures. You can carve your own unique path. And I think that life will be more fulfilling and enriching once you know that, this is what I want to do and I'm not going to turn to the left or the right or be influenced by anyone else's perceptions of what I should be doing. So yeah, just having that strong faith in yourself and just taking that time to know what you want to be and what you want to do. I think that's like the greatest advice I could give.
Oh, I love it. Well, that kind of just summarizes all the questions we have for you today. Sydonie, I want you to tell us, where can we find you? Where can our listeners, connect with you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, Sydonie Barrett, and that's at Sydonie Barrett. So it's SYDONIE, and Barrett is BARRETT. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter under the same name. Barrett.
Love it. Love it. And everything will be left in the description of this episode. So if you guys want to check out Sydonie, which I strongly recommend you do, then definitely her information will be available. Thank you so much, Sydonie, for coming on today. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This is great. I love what you're doing with your Tenacious Goddess page and everything surrounding it.
Thank you.
Those are some really good questions. So maybe we'll have this again in the future.
I would definitely love to have you again in the future if you're open to that. But let's say bye to the viewers. So thank you guys for listening. And until my next episode, I will talk to you guys then. So bye.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.